welcome to Fitting and Reading the News, episode number 130. In the chat, we have James Goodright, hello, and Cryptic, who says, I say we hang Scotty for the fake stream yesterday. I should probably delete that. The
They're having the nerve to be late now.
Yeah. Well, paint the walls or listen to this stream. Decisions. How many months did I say paint the walls while listening to the stream in the background? There you go.
Good choice.
But what color are you painting them? Also, hello.
Yeah, see, I say because this gives you stuff to listen to while you're painting the walls, makes it less boring. Not a bad thing.
Are you seeing James's new video? Scotsman?
Yes, I have seen that video, yeah. I watched it yesterday.
Hello, Random Internet Box.
Yeah, hello, Random Internet Box.
How are you?
I'm painting the walls upstairs. Laptop not loud enough. Mind you, could use my phone. Yeah, see, that's what I do. Like when I'm in the kitchen and stuff, I just use my phone and listen to stuff.
Yeah.
It works well enough.
I usually have earbuds in while listening to stuff on my phone, which I don't know where it got off to, which sucked when I was mowing earlier because.
But what annoys me about that though is because see, when it comes to YouTube, you should be able to listen to like stuff in the background. Hello, TC. Anyway,
Hello, TC.
Perfect pensioner caught in the nude having sex with a cow.
I've heard of women being called fat cows, but that's ridiculous.
You have my attention.
A perverted pensioner was filmed. Was fined just £8 after being caught in the nude having sex with a cow in southern Thailand.
Thailand. I saw that. I should have seen that coming.
Yeah, the women in Thailand weren't good enough to bang his cock, so he chose a cow.
How ugly are the Thailand women?
Well, the cow was probably better looking.
Cows are slangs in Scotland, so what's new? Well, this is Thailand, isn't it? Pull the other one. Sorry, I won't milk it. Man who Munjin, 68, was frog marched to the local police station in Fallen after he dragged Nun the calf. But it was a calf as well. It wasn't even a fully grown cow.
Oh, that's even wronger. Freaking bestiality and child molestation? That's just not right.
Bestiality and pedophilia at the same time. So that's a bad idea.
Velophilia?
Yeah. Yes, Batman. Bangkok is in Thailand.
Hello.
Hello, can
Hello,
you hear
Batman.
me? I'm for you this time.
Hello.
Hello.
I'll take that as a no, seeing he's not responding.
So, can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can hear Pumpkin. I don't know if Scotty's talking yet.
He did talk.
So I'm going to take that as he can't hear us then.
Well, he can't hear you, but he can hear Thunder and me.
Yeah, it's kind of a problem.
Yeah, I can't hear Scotty again. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'll drop back out again.
I'm sure it'll work one day. Eventually.
Hope so.
Okay. Well, you heard me then.
I did.
That's weird.
All right.
It's weird.
Yeah. Nun's owner, who was not named, was horrified after he spotted the naked man mounting the cow from behind, according to local reports.
What?
It's an article about a man who rapes a cow.
What was it? A Welshman with ideas above his station.
No, he's from Thailand.
Is he from Bangkok?
Yeah, that was my joke. There wasn't enough women to bang his cock, so he chose a cow.
See the kind of degeneracy that's happening now that Epstein has been caught and died.
Yeah.
He spied on the pensioner after neighbors warned him that one of his animals had been sexually assaulted multiple times.
And the neighbors saw it and didn't stop it. Neighbor was wanking off to this dude fucking a cow.
I tried your burgers, now you're going to try my sausage.
Is this gas worthy? Yeah, I guess so.
Well, seeing as it's bestiality pedophilia, yes.
Non's owner waited discreetly behind the trees, cast a pervert in the act, and called on passers-by to help restrain the naked man. When caught,
Wait, restrain him. What is he sitting there fighting him, going, "Come on, I gotta finish, damn it!"
Right. Did Scotty? You might get this. Did Jim Bone from Bullseye pop out and say everybody likes a bit of bully?
maybe. I did get it. It didn't even swap on it. When caught, Bunyan at first refused to admit his crime and claimed he was strolling around looking for plants.
Yeah. Right.
However, onlookers did not believe him after noticing semen was on his legs and the 2-year-old cow's behind.
Not only did he screw the cow, he pulled out. Like it's gonna make a licked fucking difference.
You imagine the babies though.
Amberlyn Reed.
Probably worse than that.
Oh God! If it was Texas, you can imagine the babies when they grew up and joined the army. Where are you from, boy? There's only two things covered in Texas: are steers and queers, and that. Oh, yeah, right. So you're not a queer.
Cow's style. Outraged resident preacher Fallen 50 said, "I was driving past the area when he wanted to cry for help, so I helped catch him."
From cow. I suppose this is a me moo case, is it?
Yeah, I guess it's it. Yeah, a literal me moo case. I should have titled it that. Too late now.
You can always do it for when you upload the video, upload the stream.
We saw sperm stains on his legs, and also on the area where he tethered the cow. So we thought this must already have. And he finished having sex with her when he caught him. Munjin put his clothes back on and was taken to the police station where he admitted having sex with the cow several times.
Now, did he admit several times? Did he actually admit it several times, or did he admit several? Admit it several times.
I mean, he's gonna give his confession. Nobody's gonna. Yeah, the other cop's gonna tell him. He's not gonna believe them. They're all gonna ask him, aren't they?
Is he like £500?
He's a bit of a cowboy then. He's got sperm that jingle jangle jingles.
I hope the cow gets counselling. Cow fucker. The 68-year-old said he was copying friends who had told him having sex with a cow was felt good. That doesn't make any sense, Metro. Okay, man. No fucking wonder you're a fucking free newspaper, Metro, you useless bunch of utter cunts.
He just wanted to tenderize his steak while it was still alive.
No, I think the real reason. No, I think the real reason is he was sick of not getting enough cream in his morning pint.
He took it wrong when his wife said that he needed that hot beef injection.
Manman said the cow was not her, and I only did it for pleasure. I have friends who have done this before, and they told me it felt good, so I wanted to try.
Well, it's a good thing you did it for an attempt for pleasure. I mean, if you did it out of sense of duty, that'd be even worse.
Utterly disgusting.
Would it be worse if he'd said he actually did it and get back at his wife?
Manoon was fined just 300 Thailand money, 8 British pounds, For public nudity, but escape further punishment, Thailand's lack of bestiality laws. Really? Thailand doesn't have bestiality laws. The more you know.
Well, hey, they used to let Gary Glitter go over there and get girlfriends, didn't they?
The Gary's pleasure or his, probably his pleasure. Lieutenant Ronan Sherritt, Deputy Director of Police at the police station, said we brought him for questioning where he eventually admitted the scandalous behaviour.
TC, only one comment there. Ribbed for her pleasure.
And yes, random internet box, seriously. Fucking degenerates living in Thailand.
Yep. Yes, and some of them are cows. I mean, seriously, how do we know that the cow didn't come onto him?
Yeah, we are right to move on, yeah. Well, we don't know. We'll never know. Maybe it was the cow was in its season.
Yep. I mean, if he'd been creative, he could have tried for that. You know, the cow got him down and raped him.
Well, to be fair, the man's wife said he had a dick and a calf.
Driver impersonates her 21-year-old daughter to avoid arrest. Nice try.
Oh, hold on. She's 38, and she's got a 21-year-old daughter.
Yep. So a kid very, very young. Would have been like, what, 16?
17.
No, 16, yeah.
17.
Holy shit! The way she looks, she probably would have been better off trying to impersonate her 20-year-old son.
Or Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, she looks like a refugee from a Kiss tribute band.
I see, that is a guy from
Yeah, I agree with Honey Monster. It looks like Gene Simmons.
Yeah, then again, we're talking about
SIMMONS.
enjoyed it. Nothing is serious. Yeah, Gene Simmons. Oh my god, what the fuck happened to Scully? That's not me, Cryptic. Although that was me, you'd probably didn't rape me or something, I don't know.
They call her Dr. Love. Anyway.
More like Dr. Frankenfurter.
38-year-old
Tim Curry. It's Tim Curry from Rocky Horror.
38-year-old driver impersonated her daughter in an attempt to avoid arrest. Heather Garcia was pulled over by officers in Davis County, Utah on Saturday after she was spotted behind the wheel of a silver BMW without a license plate. Officers searched her car and reportedly discovered a white powdery substance and drug paraphernalia.
And I bet it wasn't I bet it wasn't Vim.
Garcia was arrested and insisted she was a woman named Mercedes who was born in 1998, which police later learned was her own daughter. I'm not surprised someone like this names their kid Mercedes.
Because she's on the Benz.
Maybe the dad was German or something, I don't fucking know.
Think about it, Mercedes. Her dad, she was round the Benz.
Ah.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I got it.
Yeah, I just realised how bad it was.
Officers also learned that Garcia had several outstanding warrants in Utah, which included drug charges and driving with a detained license. Garcia had initially been charged with driving without a license or insurance, drug possession, and giving false information, according to KU TV.
Don't tell me scaring children whilst walking down the street.
I'd be scared. I'd be scared with that thing walking down the fucking street.
Like, how scared would you be if you woke up and saw it like on the pillow next to you?
I'd think, well, at least I got some hole.
I mean, Christ.
Giving false information to the police is a serious offence in the state and may be punishable by up to a year in jail, according to Intermountain Legal PC. Well, she's a woman, she'll get nothing. Small fine at most. Garcia is currently being held in Davis County Jail under her new and old charges.
And forced to wear a paper bag with eye holes cut in it at all times.
Her face is a weapon of mass destruction. It's that ugly.
She's got the face. She's got the face even her mother couldn't love.
Well, to be fair, I mean, when she lays down in her bed at night, when she wakes up the next morning, half of her face is still on the pillow.
Yeah, and unfortunately and frighteningly, that's not makeup.
Well, the makeup's will be on that fake. I'll probably stay on, to be honest.
It's probably. I have actually heard of girls getting the makeup tattooed in place. So you never know.
God.
I guess that makes sense. It saves a lot of time in the morning. So, having to wait around for that, I don't know.
So you shave off your eyebrows to draw them back on. Makes no sense.
This is from the half of the population that thinks they're more intelligent than the rest of us.
And then complain they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when the women not complain.
But it's also the same group of society that the stupider something looks, the more likely they are to put it on their head as a hat.
Yep. Kansas University facility wants Chick-fil-A banned from campus for fears of safety, mental well-being.
What?
You heard that right?
Yeah, I heard that. That's why I'm saying what?
I have a white shirt and tie tattooed, so I need to find clean trousers these days.
Yeah, I believe I'm going to go have some Chick-fil-A tonight.
A few Kansas University facility members are not fans of allowing Chick-fil-A to be served on campus because they believe the chain violates safety and inclusion. What's so dangerous about fucking chicken?
I don't know. They serve everyone, so what's the problem there?
Yeah. And if you ever go to Chick-fil-A and they're in a bad mood, call them on it. You will get free stuff.
Hey, Crypto, does that mean I have a donation to this thing, does it?
I wouldn't do that if they go somewhere and they're in a bad mood. I wouldn't call them on it because they probably had a bad day. Yeah, and it's yeah, you can't help it if you take
But if you're not, but there's a thing with Chick-fil-A. If you do not have a smile handing them food, they will fire you.
Yeah, which is why I wouldn't call them on it because let's face it, yeah, everybody's entitled to a bad day and being a bit grumpy. Yeah.
I mean, what does it matter as long as you're doing your fucking job?
Yeah.
You're not there to smile, you're there to do a job.
Yeah. All right, come on, Scotty.
I think that's horrific, though, being able to fire somebody for not smiling.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Cryptic, for the £5. In the constant sorrow through his days. I am a man of constant sorrow. I've been in trouble all day. I bid farewell to old Kentucky, the place where I was born and raised, the place where I was born and raised.
Oh, God, I wish my fucking Streamlabs wasn't working right
Oh
now.
my God, that hurt my ears.
Thank you, Cryptic, for the £5.
You have ruined a great movie, good sir.
What the fuck, man?
Have you never seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Seriously.
Still sounds nothing like any song I've heard.
It doesn't sound like anything any human has ever uttered.
Well, to be fair, the night before last, that may definitely have been Scotty. You know, considering the group was called the Soggy Bottom Boys.
What?
True.
My name is that.
Ugh.
No, I got drunk and stole a traffic cone. I didn't do anything like that.
Scotty, you do not have the voice for bluegrass. I'm sorry, man.
Also,
But you have the voice that will drive people to smoke grass.
Hmm?
I've heard some people find my voice soothing and ASMR-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, how many deaf YouTubers do you get, though?
Pink Salmon. She said she liked my voice.
She was lying.
Plenty of people like the Scottish accent, I'll have you know.
Yeah, but not when it's been sung.
I don't know. The
I mean-
players did quite well.
No, when it comes to singing amongst Celtic people, that's one thing the Welsh can actually do.
I might go to my channel
Cryptic
after
says
that.
it'll sound better than that rendition of Man of Constant Sorrow.
Cryptic thinks he might drown his cat after that rendition.
I know.
I know the cat's already in the pressure cooker.
No, that's the dog. He's Korean, remember?
Oh yeah.
He's not Korean, he's Vietnamese.
You know, the worst part is, Thunder, you and I missed a completely big cue on that. When Scotty read the last line, we should have both gone, the place where he was born and raised.
We should have.
The faculty council felt of extreme frustration once America's favourite restaurant to be removed from campus for being a bastion of bigotry. So basically, they have different opinions to you, essentially, is what they mean.
Yeah, and I've just seen after that sing, I've just seen my cat shitting down the drain pipe to get away.
After KU administrators relocated a Chick-fil-A from a basement to prime real estate on campus to the Memorial Union. But it's worse yet to the council as Chick-fil-A coin toss at the start of a JFL Hawks football home game. That's if the cat hasn't already drowned itself. That's lost its risk to speak.
I bet it's thinking of escape tunnel.
The culture of Chick-fil-A fosters hate and discrimination on multiple levels. The second,
No!
the
Just
sexuality and gender diversity facility told the facility and councils and staff council wrote in a 2-page letter. You know, sexuality and gender isn't that diverse.
no.
I mean,
You either like one hole, the other hole, or both holes, and you're either male or female. Bang, there we go.
Not diverse, is it?
No, it isn't.
3 options at most. University leaders have been more concerned about money and corporate sponsorship than physical, emotional, and well-being of marginalized and LGBTQ people. So the LGBTQ aren't marginalized.
So, hold on. Cryptic is Vietnamese, you say?
Yep.
So his first name's Charlie.
I don't know.
I get it.
He tends to hang around in trees.
And in holes in the ground.
Yeah.
His house is surrounded by punji sticks.
Yep. Yeah, and his favorite kind of coat is a full metal jacket.
According to Cryptic, he's black.
He's so horny. He loved you long time.
He's got an ass off. How am I doing? And Blind Girl just says penis.
The blind girl's allowed to say penis.
Yeah, but penis is Cryptic's thing. And TC says vagina. While the fast food chain is celebrated for its exceptional customer service, it has come under fire several times after its president and CEO, Fan Cafe, publicly supported traditional marriage in 2012. And the opponents have accused Chick-fil-A of being anti-LGBTQ for its charitable giving to Family Research Council and Salvation Army, to name a few. Basically, they believe in opinions you don't agree with. What you just boycott them instead of just because it's in your campus doesn't mean you have to buy from it.
Yeah, just
You're free to go somewhere else.
It's because they need to control the narrative entirely.
Yeah, they won't be happy until like the CEO of Chick-fil-A is lying dead in the ditch. Basically, who gave the dislike? I don't know. Big deal, I don't know. That just happens every stream these days.
That's all right. Thanks to somebody, I got another copyright claim over a fucking video game.
Did you?
Yeah. My stream actually got shut down with a takedown notice. Take it down or get a strike. Well, fuck.
Bungo, can I ask what the fuck a penis is?
How?
Black penis.
What video game, may I ask?
Fucking fucking one of them Candy Crush kind of games.
For fuck's sake!
I always thought like a black penis was a BMW, a black man's willy.
BBC, big black cock.
I thought it was black pudding. Yeah,
Or
they're both black and full of blood, aren't they?
Toon Blast.
I know, TC. That's been a running theme with my streams for the last year, hasn't it? Copyright claim, copyright claim, copyright claim, copyright claim.
The facility out of the arrival of Chick-fil-A in the building is insulting, counterproductive, and unacceptable. If you're not upset about it, why don't you form your own business and set it up then?
Because that would involve actually doing something.
Let's keep race out of this. I've got a awareness thing.
Yes, random internet box, you're quite correct.
So by weenus, honey monster, you mean wee penis then?
No, the weenus is actually a thing. I think it's like the back of your elbow.
No, I was just taking the piss. Asian penis is anus. So who's the stream in the background?
Not I.
In response to the college Republicans on campus started a petition for students, alumni, and concerned citizens to help Chancellor Doug Gyrald to tell the university administration that our community wants Chick-fil-A on this campus. The Conservative group wrote, the BBC are not big bald cunts. They wish they were, but they're not.
Yeah, the feminazis cut those balls off in the 90s.
Kate Badza, an associate professor of women and gender studies. So yeah.
Oh, God.
Told the Kansas City Star that hundreds will boycott or protest, but laminated the request was falling on deaf ears. The world isn't designed just to fit around you all the time, you know.
Don't tell them that, or they'll have you up for racism and sexism and every other kind of ism that you can think of.
Yeah, but they'll find something else to complain about eventually. Interim Provost Carl Foran sent an email to the facility and staff, faculty and staff, however. Moving forward, I believe it's important to have a thoughtful discussion and deliberation. Expecting thoughtful discussion from these kind of people is not going to happen. As soon as they find out you disagree with them, you're the most evil person on the planet to them and you must die, basically.
Yeah.
We'll be entering a contract in the future. We will do so in a manner that is transparent and informed by our commitment to affirm diversity and will be welcoming and inclusive, to be a welcoming, inclusive campus. Except for those who disagree with us, obviously.
You know, if you convert it to
Email said
Islam,
according to the university.
if you convert it,
Daily Kansas.
sorry, I thought you finished. We're going to say if you convert it to Islam, you could be as racist and as sexist as you liked, and nobody would dare do a thing about it.
Because you're racist if you did.
Yeah, and an Islamophobe as well.
How the fucking hell has this thing got 4 dislikes?
I have no idea.
It-
5.
well,
Hey, you're getting better if you're actually getting more than 1 dislike.
6. Well,
It was probably gay Jedi female.
this is why Drunken Uncle is allowed to be racist. Maybe. Wow, you suck. Well, you usually get more dislikes than I do on a fucking stream basis, so you know. You want to talk about that one?
Just for that, I'm going to dislike blind trucking tonight.
Yeah. And also, the viewers like spiked up to like fucking 15, and then went down to 9 again. The fuck happened there?
In a case like this, I kind
I'm
of miss. I
confused.
kind of miss Drunken Uncle's raids.
I think all of the likes are getting transferred to dislikes.
No, because the likes will stay the same. It's 10 likes, 5 dislikes now.
Yeah. Well, it was 9 likes and 10 dislikes before. 9 likes and 6 dislikes before, rather. I think
Weird.
people are messing with you.
I mean, more people watch my stream if you're suggesting more interactions. Yeah, well, that also means more people dislike you, and which is a good thing or a bad thing depending on who you are. Yeah, Harry Potter book straight from skill is basically spells inside a reel. Is this like some fucking person from like the Middle Ages that still believes in witches or something? Like,
Oh,
Well, I mean, considering it in the Harry Potter, the whole thing with Harry Potter, the worst possible magic spell you can ever say to somebody is abracadabra.
I don't know.
Pretty much. So I saw a fan theory that J.K. Rowling is actually a witch, and the Harry Potter books are actually her basically spilling the beans.
Thunder, if you take that word and get rid of the W and put a B there, you'd be right. No, there's no real magic in Harry Potter. There's not even any slightest nod to actual.
Honestly, it's fucking fiction. It's fiction.
It's pure
It's
fiction, but
basically-
some of the fan theories are freaking hilarious.
Yeah, you know those public school boy stories that set in Eton and places like that. That's all Harry Potter is, but they've added magic to it.
Yeah, so it's mail it like, so thank you. More views means more views, so I'll take it. Yeah, well, so does my dislikes right now, so yeah. And TC also hit like, so thank you, TC.
Yeah.
In Roman Catholic schools removed Harry Potter from its library as exorcists say J.K. Rowling's spells pose real risk. Real risk of what?
Risk of kids getting bored. It's this Roman Catholic school. It said principal or whatever isn't Ned Flanders, is it?
And Ned Flanders was Protestant.
And all his witchy and warlock friends were burned at the stake for being evil and worshipping Satan. The end. Yay!
Students at St. Edward Catholic School in
You know-
Nashville, Tennessee will no longer be able to borrow copies of J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series from the school library. So we're going to say that, Chucker?
I was gonna say, I just love the whole, how they say, or how they're saying the magic in it is real. Don't believe the don't believe the magic and super superior person in the sky and all that that the Harry Potter books talk about, says the Christian school.
Yep.
Yes, believing in ghosts and magic is mere superstition. Yeah, hold on. You believe in a magic man that lives in the sky?
Yeah, this is because the school's passed and read all 7 of the magical books from library shelves after taking issue with their portrayal of magic. According to an
Harry
email
Potter is
sent to the
blasphemy,
students,
and your god's a corn dog. Sorry.
Reverend Dan Rehill made the controversial decision after consulting several exorcists in the US and Rome. They concluded that the spells and curses described in the book are real and risk of conjuring evil spirits when read aloud. Can I have what these people on, please? Because I would like some of it because it sounds amazing.
How do these crazy people get all the good drugs?
I have no idea.
At least I'll give the Christians credit for one thing. No matter what, you gotta love the convenience of their faith. I mean, they're the only ones whose savior comes on a stick.
I say we bring back insane asylums. An incredibly popular series follows titular character Harry Potter as he discovers he is a wizard and goes off to learn magic at Hogwarts School. Along the way, his closest friends, Ron and Hermione, often face danger and have to make great potions and cast a number of different spells and charms to save the day. While many of the characters use their magic for good, Reverend Rehill believes it's all a clever deception. Deception from what?
From the fact that they're really boring stories.
Writing in the email, he explained these books present magic as both good and evil, which is not true. Which is not true, but in fact is a clever deception.
Yeah, I bet they go apeshit if they ever saw that kids show Wizardora.
The curses and spells used in the books are actual curses and spells, which, when read by a human being, risk conjuring evil spirits into the presence of the person reading the text. It's fucking crazy. It's one of those people that still fucking believes in witches and stuff. Like, is this somebody who's trying to cover for the Middle Ages or something? Because it sounds like it.
Probably, but either way, they're not paying attention. Remember, the other day they said, women masturbating opens portals to hell. That's why Blind Girl's not here. She's trying to summon Baphomet.
No, women married women talking to lawyers opens up portals to hell for the husbands.
No, she's trying to. She's just trying to get rid of the spirit
from
the portal of hell. After she opened the portal of hell on the Sex stream.
The most evil portal to hell that a woman can open. The incantation goes like this: "Hi, I'd like to apply for a marriage license."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, masturbating too much makes you blind, that blind girl.
Yeah, and the most evil
Says the
incantation.
married man.
The most evil incantation a woman can use to drag a man into hell is, "Of course, I've taken my birth control pills, honey."
Rebecca Hamill, the superintendent of schools for the Catholic Diocese of Nashville, confirmed that the Reverend had sent an email and that he has final say on the matter. She continued to say the Catholic school does not have an official position on the best-selling books. Each pastor has a canonical authority to make such decision for his parish school, she said. He's well within his authority to act in that manner. But he did state that school would not stop children from reading Harry Potter if the parents gave them permission. I guess they'll just have to be cleansed of their evil spirits afterwards then.
That's the shower afterwards.
She said parents deemed.
Wash off.
She said parents deem that this or any other media to be appropriate. We'd hope that they would just guide their sons and daughters to understand context through the lens of our faith. And I'd hope they wouldn't. Yeah. 8 dislikes. 8.
8.
I mean, that's 18 interactions overall, but still.
Oh, it's gone down to 10 likes and 7 dislikes now.
You did ask for it.
No, it's 11 likes.
This.
You're getting played here.
I wish I was getting laid.
Played, I said.
No. It gives you character. Yes, it does. Yeah.
I may or may not be hitting like and dislike on
That
like,
means he is.
just over and over again.
That means he is.
Like
I figured it
playing
was
with the
you.
numbers.
I figured it was you, but I figured like where the rest of them come from then.
Yeah, I don't know where the rest of them come from. I only account for 2.
Oh, the dislikes gone down to 5.
Yeah, I have it on the like now. I'm going to stop
That's
playing with
extra.
that.
This is weird.
Well, it means you've got somebody's attention. It's probably one Jules and his friends.
Yeah, if only I had that kind of recognition.
Well, it could be some less famous person, like Nicola Sturgeon.
Oh God, I've got a story about her later. Actually,
Why are you named after a fish?
yeah, I don't know. Is this the cheapest Airbnb in Britain? One person has a tent in a back garden on the Isle of Sheppey that comes with a hot water ball and costs just £8.
It's a bit steep, isn't it?
Freaking $8 to sleep in a tent. That's ridiculous.
No, it'd be about $9 to sleep in the tent.
With a hot water bottle.
Only £8 per night. This alfresco Airbnb, lodging just a stone's throw away from the stunning Kent coast, appears to be too good to be true. But budget holidaymakers must be prepared to hunker down in a back garden. One person's tent used a cat litter style toilet to bag up their own feces.
Kidding me?
Yeah, Sapphire's Sheppey tent.
Well, what you don't understand is it's booked through Christmas.
You're shitting me.
Yes, you can just buy your own fucking tent if you want to do this.
So Christmases over there are probably not as bad as they are here. We got like 3 foot of snow on Christmas. I would love to see someone try to stay in a tent then.
It varies.
It has been like really bad for a while, though, has it?
I mean, we have had really bad winters before.
The thing I hate about winter is it will start to get warm, everything would melt, and then all of a sudden a blizzard comes and you got 3 feet of snow again.
How do you know you never leave the house?
I'm the one who has to shovel. Freaking load of crap.
Buy a snowblower.
You know why?
There is one in the garage, but it hasn't ran in a while.
Yeah. Hey, we haven't.
Sounds to me like you've been working on the wrong yard equipment then.
Yes.
We haven't heard your mother for a while, you know. Howard, I'm trapped in the bath again.
No, she was on a Trucker stream earlier. Also, she's doing
Yeah, back
dishes
to
right
the
now.
news.
Yeah, the stream that's now gone
News.
and nobody can ever hear.
Sapphire's Sheppey tent on the Isle of Sheppey. It's thought to be the cheapest they available on tourist booking website. No expense spared on luxuries because the fucking tent. The tent, which is crammed into a gap on a beauty graduate's patio, offers sleeping airbed and plug socket. At least it's a plug socket. It doesn't look that bad. I mean, for one night.
I think mine
Oh.
is broken.
Better
That's
than a
what
park
more
bench, I
thank you.
guess.
That's
Like-
actually their slogan.
As a toilet.
Yeah,
They weren't kidding. That is cat litter. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yep. And as Honey wants to point out, it is on the Thames. But
Isn't the Thames full of shit to begin with?
used to be.
yep, but
It used to be.
mainly when people from London are bathing in it.
Don't bathe in the river. That's nasty.
God, I got to admit, I love how listening to Americans try to pronounce Thames. They always say Thames.
I said Thames.
I know you did, but you're educated.
If you count Green Thunder as educated, you count as not educated.
Every other American apart from the ones that get on here.
Host Desire Cyprian has also provided an outdoor toilet and tray stuffed with cat litter petals. After leaving themselves under the stairs, guests are then asked to tie up their waste bags and haul them to this Cyprian's back door. But despite the humble living arrangements, Sapphire's shippy tent boasts a 5-star rating on Airbnb after one review from a satisfied guest.
It was exactly what they advertised.
This is a special kind of tent. It's a comfortable bed, and I really liked it. Not fair enough. And for one night, you can't really complain too much.
Oh, she had 2 lifeguards all herself as well.
I swam in the sea in the morning with 2 lifeguards to alter myself in high winds. There's a bit up the road if you need showers. So the person wasn't even nice enough to let you use their shower. I think if you paid like £2 extra, you might be able to use the shower. I don't know. Maybe they never asked.
Yeah, and for an extra £5, you can use the soap as well. Well, for an extra £7, you can turn the water on.
Bless you.
Yeah, that's better instead.
Thank you.
She decided to erect the one-person campsite in her backyard after pulling up weeds to reveal a tent-sized gap.
Define tent size because there are some big tents out there.
It's 2 tents as well, because even the toilet has a tent. There's the bed and then there's the toilet. Then my partner was clearing up the weed on the ground, which is really decent sized unused space. I've always had the idea of listing a tent and staying in the space. Seeing the space just made me go for it. It would also complement Sapphire's Shippy Caravan, which is also on site to potentially accommodate a third guest who truly wants to experience Shippy under the stars.
Nope.
It's a new listing, and I've had one guest so far. She was a lovely lady from London who left me a kind review visiting Kent on holiday. Attractions in the area include a award-winning blue flag beach, amusement, a sand park, children's outdoor paddling pool.
Hold on. There's only room for 1 person, a maximum of 2 people, right?
Yeah.
It's not the kind of place you'd ever take a kid, so why mention the children's outdoor paddling pool?
But it said it had a caravan, so
Yeah, that's for 1 extra person. It's crazy.
Susan says sleep al fresco in the privacy of a backyard. Suited to adventurous solo experience. Sheerness under the stars near the beach. It's a far cry from the most expensive retail in the UK, which is a medieval manor in Somerset, which costs almost £4,000 a night. Jeez.
Yeah, and for that privilege, you actually get carried to the toilet.
Looking better, man.
Good point, honey. Good point. I mean, if I was doing that, tent outside, I'd at least have the courtesy to get a portaloo put in there, and when people needed to wash themselves, to be allowed in the fucking house.
You're not in the house, in the tent.
You know what I'm saying? You want to shower and you want to wash your hands and that, you can go in the house. Have your breakfast in the kitchen, seeing it's a bed and breakfast.
Yeah. But that'll probably up the price, though.
Oh, yeah.
Paddling Polish torpedoes.
Maybe Lenny and Squiggy there have been awfully quiet.
Yeah, they haven't. I'll let someone sleep in my bath for a tenner, as long as they're out by 6. Yeah, can I use the water? Yeah, are you allowed to use the water as well, Honey Monster? Or is it just... Oh, fuck off. Fucking pile of shite. Why is America taking so long to confront its dark history?
Because we confronted it back then and we moved on from it, or so I thought. And then the retardation hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sherwood included. I called one at 5. I called one at 5:30. Well, I should have like up the price to like £8. Is I'm gonna have a warm shower.
No, I think the shower is the wake up call.
No, that's called a hose pipe.
Anyway, Sherry Burr recently learned she is almost certainly related to a notorious Broadway villain. After 8 years digging through archives and then undertaking a DNA test, the law professor, who is African American, learned she is most likely a descendant of Aaron Burr. Burr, who was white, served as America's 3rd vice president and is known for shooting dead founding father Alexander Hamilton in the 1804 duel. An episode memorialized in Lin-Manuel Miranda's astonishing successful musical. On a sunny day last weekend, 217 years after their ancestor killed Hamilton, and 12 months after the Andrew Burr Society formally acknowledged Burr, fathered 2 children for women of color. He worked as a servant. She was among 60 people who gathered in Philadelphia to unveil a headstone for John Pierre Burr, one of at least two children of Vice President father outside his marriage. Yeah, what this has to do with the dark history of America, I don't fucking know.
We all acknowledge the dark periods in our history. We get taught them in fucking school.
Yep. We had a pastor who blessed the headstone. I was happy because John Pierre was a champion for justice on the Underground Railroad. As America marks the 400th anniversary of the day 20 African slaves were brought ashore to Jamestown, Virginia. First of around 380,000 shipped directly to the U.S. that made an estimated transatlantic abduction of more than 12 million people.
They weren't abducted. They were at least by white people. They were abducted by their own people.
For charge if they bring a cup, so they can put a tea bag in whilst they shower. Really? Slavery hadn't been discovered when I was at school. I was never taught its evils. DC just says logic in it. The ceremony at Eden Cemetery in Philadelphia's western suburbs offers a powerful insight into the nation's struggle to confront its darkest history. And the thing is, why should they? End of the day, they were one of the first countries in the world to end slavery. think Britain was the first, and then it was America afterwards, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah. And we actually enforced it upon on the high seas.
Hmm.
But they conveniently ignore the amount of white slaves, not just Irish, but white slaves that were shipped to the Americas as well. And no, I'm not on about indentured
And
service,
Scottish.
because
And the fact
indentured
that,
service gets paid.
and the fact the first official slave owner in the Americas was a black man.
Yes. But there were a few black slave owners in the Americas who owned black slaves as well as white slaves.
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
This is something that they refuse to acknowledge. Slavery never was and probably never will be about race. It's always been about economics.
They go on about the slavery in the past. What about the present?
They only ever go on about the slavery, in the recent past. As long as it's been humans, there have been slaves.
Attended by both black and white descendants of Barr, the group was able to acknowledge its vicious, inhumane nature of slavery. A system chattel that enabled America to win its independence and build power. And a place where in 1776, Thomas Jefferson, himself a slave owner who fathered children with an African American woman, Sally Hemings, could declare all men are created equal, even though they were not treated as such.
Isn't he the one that owned slaves but didn't want to?
Yep. It's because his wife's family owned slaves, therefore he didn't actually own them, his wife did.
And
Therefore,
he wasn't allowed to set them free.
Yeah. Women weren't allowed to own property back then. Obviously they were.
Yep, Joseph Mill, the first legal slave owner, was a black man in America, at least. It does not take a brilliant surgeon to realize the system of slavery was a terrible, vicious system. Says Stuart Johnston, who is white and is president of Adam Bar Association.
Yeah.
Why the film did you mention he was white?
Don't get me wrong. I mean, slavery is a bad thing, but throughout history, a hell of a lot of people who've been put in the chains of slavery have ended up in better positions than they otherwise would have. Like in the Roman Empire, slaves ended up being more educated than they otherwise would have. The same in more recent history. I'm not saying slavery is a good thing; it obviously isn't. But some people, a hell of a lot of people, did get advantages out of it.
Yep. And took part in its unveiling, and it took a civil war of bloody terrible thing to end it. Foreseen winning for such clear-headed reckoning. Kamala Harris, an African American senator from California, who was seeking Democratic Party's presidential nomination, constantly voiced her study where she ought whether it ought to be reparations for slavery. No, they shouldn't. Unless you're directly affected by it, you should not get anything.
I am willing to give you money if my grandpa owned slaves.
It's fine. It's fine, Jason. If you seen the way I spell things, you wouldn't be.
Freaking college kid doesn't know how to spell things.
I'm dyslexic.
I have no room to talk.
I'm English.
Yeah,
I'm
so
a
if I-
Presbyterian.
You're oppressed. You better do something about that.
We had more than 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century. We had legalized discrimination, segregation. We have to recognize that everybody did not start out on equal footing. What's the 6th of May? No one knows what college is. That's probably in the lower lay. Smelling about. She faced a major backlash. These conversations come at a fraught time for the nation. Donald Trump may or not be more racist than some of those who preceded him in the Oval Office, but he's more prepared to use racist language openly. Citation needed.
I don't think I know of any racist language he's used.
By any that comes from his motives, being racist by these people.
Well, it can be said that he used racist language if you take what he actually said out of context.
Yeah, everything's racist if you take it out of context.
And everything
That's
is
racist.
You have to point it all out.
Oh yeah, what about
Especially if someone comes in while you're explaining how to separate the whites and coloreds when you're doing laundry.
I got nothing for that.
the imprimatur of those words as Commander-in-Chief allied to the massive power of social media has emboldened many who share his views, but who may not previously have voiced them aloud. In the past, we had coded language. Now it's more direct. Says Cassandra Newby Alexander, professor of history at Norfolk State University, located 50 miles from Jamestown. When the English worship white light unloaded its human cargo, there's a step-by-step process to embolden this racism. But I think it may only work for 1/3 of the people. There are more white people unhappy with this level of hate speech. What?
Yeah, and they also seem to forget that all of these racist, white supremacist organizations, that's probably the United States, were started off by Democrats.
I like how it's only the Democrats that keep hearing these dog whistles.
Yeah, that says something about them, doesn't it?
Kind of.
Usually it's just the dog that can hear the dog whistle. Oh, wait, all the time.
A fundamental reason for America's refusal to acknowledge its past, not alone among nations, says writer Rachel Schwartz, is that it is a hard history. 200 years of slavery was followed by the Civil War, an event that somehow inspired twisted racists such as Charleston Church killer, Dylan Roof, the intentional failure of reform during Reconstruction, and then a system of Jim Crow in which black people were returned to being second-class citizens, lynched, murdered, and refused the right to live in certain areas, even to vote. I'm a smart ass, maybe. Judging by your spelling, not so much. Today's efforts to surpass the voting rights of minorities persist with regions in states such as Georgia, while the criminal justice system is utterly discriminatory against people of color. 3 years ago, when the Alabama-based Equality Justice Initiative plans to establish a museum to lynching victims, that estimate at least 4,000 African Americans were similarly murdered. The killings frequently watched by large crowds between 1877 and 1950. It's hard to say, particularly hard for the Americans because it runs counter to the narrative. We tell you about our system, say about ourselves, freedom and justice for all. I think it's much easier to think about slavery as something that is very disconnected from us. A long time ago. That's because it was a long time ago. Now, how are you ever going to move on from it if you just keep talking about it? You're not. We're often well known. We're often known for not being big at looking at the rear view mirror. Yes, coming to an understanding that slavery was foundational as it was for a country that expounds these ideas fairly difficult. Fairly difficult at a macro level. At a personal level, I think it's just difficult for people. Among Schwartz's revelations was that the founders of Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., this was established by Jesuits owned by slaves. Our 2017 report triggered the reflection by a number of U.S. universities where slavery had contributed to their wealth, as well as half a dozen in Britain, among them universities of Oxford, Glasgow, Bristol, and East London. Yeah, and they all started virtue signaling about how they should pay reparations as well.
I always find it absolutely amusing that the people who scream the most for reparations are the ones who would not volunteer their money for it, but they insist they receive more.
Earlier this year, students at Georgetown voted to pay additional tuition fees to help establish the benefit. To establish a fund to benefit descendants of 272 slaves who were sold in 1838 to pay off the institution's debts. So, okay, if it happened in 1838, how did that affect the descendants in any way? It wouldn't have done.
Nope.
They're just getting money for doing nothing. This is retarded. I voted to veto this article.
Hello, everybody.
Hello?
Hey, Grabby.
Scotty, my opinion on that article is when you can prove that my ancestors owned your ancestors, then we can talk about it.
Even then, I think unless you were directly involved in it, you shouldn't have to pay reparations to anybody.
It's so long ago, you're not really going to do that genealogy. It would be really hard.
No. All they, I would have to do is research I have done, and they would have to research yours, find records to prove that my ancestors owned their ancestors. No hearsay by mouth or nothing like that. You got to be able to prove it in writing. My ancestors owned their ancestors.
Who's playing the stream now?
Facebook banning likes. Social media giant confirms it will make sure that others likes to protect mental health. I think it benefits of your mental health if you just get off of Facebook in general.
Social bloody media.
Social media sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use it. I have it. I don't use it.
Well, you're definitely using it right now because this counts as social media.
True.
I guess.
When you stream to YouTube, technically you're using social media.
YouTube counts as social media now?
Yeah,
I count it. Well, I mean, you can DM people. You
YouTube
can
actually,
and stuff.
Oh, they're getting rid of the
YouTube kind of,
messenger.
YouTube actually kind of started as social media.
True.
Facebook will likely be the next major platform to start hiding others' likes in the name of mental health. The company confirmed that it was readying the feature after researcher and reverse engineer Maven Jane Machon Wong spotted a prototype was coded inside the Facebook Android app.
Jane match up wrong.
And given the picture, she lives up to her name. Which I mean Asian.
Oh, a name like that, I didn't think she was going to be Welsh.
While the feature isn't yet live for any Facebook users, it's likely the test will be similar to an ongoing one inside Facebook's owned. Inside the Facebook-owned picture and video sharing platform Instagram. In July, Instagram rolled out a like hiding test in Canada, Japan, Ireland, Italy, Brazil, Australia, and New Zealand, in which users are still able to see posts, see a list of likes on their posts. Can't see the number of, can't view the number on others' posts to make responses. Why?
Because these people are incapable of handling anything negative.
It's like, oh, this person got more likes than me, therefore I'm just going to kill myself or something. Is that like? Platform says it is part of an effort to make users feel happier and less self-conscious amid amid concerns that social media can contribute to low self-esteem and feelings of inadequacy in young people.
But feeling that way teaches kids how to deal with it and move on.
Yeah, if you don't feel that way, go outside, go for a walk or something. I don't know. Go for a walk, do something productive, get off of social media. You'll feel better after that.
Exactly.
Yeah, Mail Online reached out to Facebook for additional details on the test, but has not received a response before time of publication. It's unclear how Instagram likes hiding tests have been received by beta users. It was revealed that Facebook is interested in expanding the abbreviated like feature, suggests the change has been at least somewhat successful. Instagram's previous attempts to roll out new features on its entire platform have yielded mixed results. For some, such as direct messaging and the non-chronological feed, have been proven popular and been rolled out worldwide. I think it should be in chronological order. However, others, have seen less success, such as payment features and its controversial naked image scanner to prevent revenge porn were cancelled. At the time of Instagram's decision to hide likes, it was announced the move was met with mixed reaction among some of the app's users who cited the ability to see likes as one of their favorite features. Some view the change as reprieve from the constant battle for attention, while others, like influencers who rely on their follower and like counts for businesses, have been more skeptical. The an Instagrammer from London with more than 44,000 followers said the move is a step in the right direction for the platform.
It's another offering from the participation trophy generation.
Still Mail Online, I think eliminating the visibility of likes is a positive that is a mean of shifting focus from likes to good, encouraging, engaging content. But yeah, they also get rid of all the comments as well and see how many comments a thing has, which means how are you supposed to read and reply to other comments if you can't see how many comments there are?
Not wrong there.
Influencers can become preoccupied with the amount of likes that are on their posts. Yeah, that's because that's instant, a visible marker of post success. You end up creating content according to what gets liked rather than the response, rather than what resonates. I think my stream just died, didn't it?
You got 6 people watching.
That's mean there's only like 2 people watching because there's like 6 people. There's like 5 people on here. Nobody said anything since DC. Oh. But they end up creating their content according to what gets liked rather than what resonates. If likes are scrapped, then Scrappy can instead concentrate on creating better content that is more meaningful to the audience, to the individual and audience. Hopefully making Instagram a more authentic place. I feel like making Instagram an authentic place, you have a challenge doing that. It's full of fucking
It's a worry.
There's also a possibility that by removing the presence of likes from the equation, the users might be able to post on Facebook and Instagram more freely, according to Australia's Director of Policy, Mia Garlick.
What the hell?
How is that the case?
Okay, what's with all the weird noises?
We want Instagram to be a place where people feel more comfortable expressing themselves. We hope this test will remove the pressure of how many likes the post will receive, so you can focus on sharing the things you love. He said, the end of business does not mean the end of influencers, since brands and businesses can see how many views and likes they get. Yeah, didn't YouTube say they were going to do the same thing?
Yeah, YouTube tried, but YouTube wanted to try, but it failed miserably.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not giving up on the trend of failing either.
It's like they want to lose money.
It seems that way.
Ouch, very ouch, ear rape. An Instagram spokesman for business and creators on Instagram. This test will not affect measurement tools like Insights or Ads Manager. Studies have shown that social media can exacerbate mental health issues like depression, suicidal thoughts, and psychological distress, according to the American Psychological Association. Like I said earlier, get off of social media then. Go outside for a walk or do something productive, and then you'll feel better.
Just when you go out for a walk, don't steal any traffic cones.
Oh, policewomen's hats and knickers.
No, I really don't know what to do with that traffic cone, actually. At this point, it's just...
It was very 80s of you. In addition, other studies have shown that increased time spent on social media can lead to feelings of loneliness and social anxiety and social isolation. So yeah, just if it affects you, just go outside. Be productive. I still wonder where the fucking 6 dislikes came from.
Germany. Blame no, Russia. It's always Russia.
Yeah,
No, it was probably Germany. You're probably right the first time. Because we're displaying flags that are not EU.
Oh, yeah. I like this way our national flags anymore. Banned.
Okay, who's doing this? Dun.
Come on.
Do-do-do-do.
Man says military can stop hurricane by dropping ice on storm. I think that's only going to make it worse. A middle-aged man has come up with a way to stop a hurricane. Stop Hurricane Dorian in his tracks. It may rival Donald Trump's famous logic. He told a local TV station in Florida that America's military should just dump ice over the eye of the storm to combat the storm water, to combat the warm water. That's how it works.
It wouldn't be. You couldn't dump enough ice, get it cold enough to do that. And the other one, fly some planes the opposite way. That only works if Superman's doing it, and only in the comics.
Yeah, the unnamed man says, I don't see how they haven't come up with this. Come up with some way to combat these storms yet. All this warm water, we have Navy. Why doesn't the Navy come up and dump ice on it?
I use 4-Out Buck to keep tornadoes away from my house.
Why didn't the Navy come up and dump ice in the warm water so it can't get going as fast as it's going?
He's either a troll or an idiot.
Both.
Or a little bit of both.
Yep.
He's from Florida, so make of that what you
Yeah.
will. Yeah, the latest idea appears to be inspired by the TV show Futurama, which says humans will counteract global warming by simply dropping an ice cube in the ocean every once in a while.
You're trying to use a TV show, a freaking fictional cartoon that is just stupid.
That is stupid, yes, I agree.
Welcome to the world the rest of us live in, Green.
I don't want to live in the world of stupid.
Too late.
Well, it could have been inspired by the President's Book of Logic. He allegedly asked military comrades couldn't they just nuke hurricanes before they made landfall. Last week's catastrophic hurricane has slammed into the Bahamas with storm surge measuring 20 feet heading towards the U.S. It's called widespread flooding It's called widespread flooding on the Grand Bahama Island before barreling towards the U.S. The National Hurricane Center tweeted this morning to say monster storm will cause extreme destruction and continue for several hours. A 7-year-old boy was reported to be the first known to have died in the hurricane. The Bahama Press reports Leancho McIntosh drowned while his family attempted to leave their home in Abacos. Residents of Grand Bahama, where the hurricane has made landfall, are encouraged not to leave their shelters when the eye of the storm passes over. I think global warming is bullshit. Jesus Christ, look at that.
Yeah.
Residents of Abacos, where Dorian first hit, are advised to remain in their shelters until conditions subside later today. This is one thing about living in the UK, which is good. We don't get stuff like this.
No, not very often. Only when TV weather presenters insist we don't get them.
Even when you get a flood, even then, I live in my town doesn't get floods occasionally, but I live in the part of the town that doesn't get flooded.
We had a hurricane or a tornado back in the late 80s, I believe it was.
Professor Hibbert, to leave the Bahamas. An emotional news conference on Sunday was probably the most sad and worst day of my life. He called Dorian a monster storm, and we are facing a hurricane, one that we've never seen in the history of the Bahamas. It's estimated that 1.5 million people could be ordered to flee the U.S. coast. Georgia's Governor Brian Kemp or the mandatory evacuation of the state's entire Atlantic coast. Starting noon on Monday. Because where the hell are they going to go? They're just going to go to like some center or something. Like.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a news alert about 5 minutes ago that said
Mexico.
the death toll had risen to 5.
Is that it's about Atlantic or is it just the Bahamas as well?
About 5 minutes ago, it said the death
Oh, I can't do crappie.
So it's 5 now, not just 1 anymore. Oh, stuck.
Hey, crap, is that in the U.S. or internationally?
down in the Bahamas and all. It hasn't
So
really done anything in the U.S. yet.
In the U.S. or internationally?
So it's all just the Bahamas. Oh, so who has a stream in the background?
Pardon?
Who has a stream in the
That might have been me because I realised I couldn't hear crappy.
been mailing for the last 50,000 years, if not more? Yeah, but they don't want you to know that. It's only been in the last like 50 years according to them. Yeah, doo-doo. That's probably the last story of the day. We're getting near time now.
It's about time.
Yeah, about.
Yeah.
So I'm still getting problems with this.
Travel. Fierce worker admits wrecking travel laws with Digger because he hadn't been paid. Oh. His own fault. John Manley drove into the front of the building on the day it was due to be completed. Studio, come on. He's completely smart as an Odin. I looked at him.
Just a bit.
Yeah, don't worry if he's not getting paid for his work.
Yeah, but that's going a bit above and beyond the call of stupidity, isn't it?
Yeah, especially if there's like people inside there as well. If there's nobody inside the building, that's fair enough. But like, if there's people inside that building at the time, then it can't be called serious injury, if not death. That's in Liverpool.
That explains a lot.
A worker has admitted intentionally driving a digger in front of the hotel after the employers allegedly failed to pay him. John Manley, 35, drove into the front of a travel lodge in Liverpool Innovation Park on January the 21st, the day the building was due to be completed. The father of two admitted criminal damage after an earlier hearing had been due to stand trial on Monday, but then also pleaded guilty. The damaging prop had been reckless. As to whether life is in danger before the Liverpool Crown Court trial began. Sheriff Bonnie Jones, prosecuting, said no evidence could be offered in relation to the charge of dangerous driving. Footage showing the vessel repeatedly smashing into the reception from the Travelodge in East Lane went viral after the incident. Brendan Carville, defending, said he accepted Except he intended to cause that damage. Yeah, otherwise, why else would you do it? My only real issue is that there was anybody inside the building at the time. Because they could have been potentially killed. It went wrong, so yeah. Mr. Carville said Manley, who was described as a family man, conceded there would be an immediate custodial census.
Instead of doing that, he should have taken his employees to an industrial tribunal.
Yep. He said there were social platforms which caused his offence, notably the failure of his immediate employers. Blame over the consistency in asking him to work for nothing on the eve of this offence. He has 2 young children. Mr. Carville asked for the sentencing to be adjourned so a psychiatric report could be prepared. Where the site police called to the hotel shortly after 3 p.m. on January the 21st. But said the driver had left the vessel and made off on foot in the direction of Edge Lane. The spokesman said one man experienced eye irritation due to exposure to diesel was treated and seen by Northwest Ambulance Service. Manley and St. Aidan's Way in Neverton was remanded in custody ahead of sentencing on November the 1st. Yeah, anyway.
Ridiculous.
Shilling time.
I don't have a shilling. What will the farthing do instead?
Well, I do know, if I remember actually, around 10 a.m. Eastern every day, I should be doing Fallout New Vegas.
You didn't do one today.
I forgot.
Boom, 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 boom.
Usual deal. Pumpkin Trucker Channel, Miss Daily Dash Cams. Starting again tomorrow. I'm going to start as early as absolutely possible because at 9 a.m. I will actually have to shut the stream down for about an hour. And yeah, so with any luck, I'll actually be going or starting around, I figure around 7 a.m.
Fair enough. Anybody else got anything to show?
Not I.
So then, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. You're all a bunch of cunts.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Go away.
Piss off.
Bye.
Fuck off.